Hi there, students. Executive order or a fiat, an executive fiat. Okay, let's see. A fiat is a Latin word which means let it be done, let it be made. And a fiat is an order, an edict, a decree. Now, in the press recently, there have been various references to executive orders, executive fiats. And a fiat is an order that somebody has to do something. It's an order issued by the person in authority. You can have a judicial fiat where the judge makes a ruling. The judge sets a date for trial and he says it's going to be on this day. Or an executive fiat. This is our executive order. Or an administrative fiat. Or even an academic fiat. So an academic fiat says perhaps this is the standard to pass this exam. Or maybe to give an honorary degree to somebody. But fiats are orders, they're specific policies, they're regulations, they establish the rules. So an administrative fiat establishes the rules. But the one in the press at the moment is an executive order. And it's said that the new president is going to issue various executive orders. An executive order is where the president of the United States just says you're going to do this, and he signs a letter saying this is what's got to be done, and it is done. It's like a rule or a regulation issued by a governor, and this has the force of law. Now you're going to ask, so can the president do anything with an executive order? And generally he can't do anything that is directly against the wishes of Congress. But he can do a lot of things, and effectively this is like the CEO of a company saying, right, you're going to do this and you're going to do this and we're going to do it in this way. And this is an executive order. It's the President of the United States who has the power of the people. He has the executive power. He decides what is going to be done and how it's going to be done. So effectively, executive orders are the power of the President of the United States to do most things, to write a law about most things. So no more finance for the unemployed, and that could be a fiat or an executive order. So what's the difference between a fiat and an executive order? Well, the executive order is from the chief of an organization, but particularly for American politics. But it could be from the head of a company. It could be from the leader of a group. But normally the executive order is the president. It's the president of the United States. A fiat can be from various different people, but it's an order, it's a degree, it's an authorization. So you could say a government fiat. The government has voted in favour of this, and this is a government fiat. It's an authority to tell people to do something. You can rule by fiat. A dictator has the last word, and he does everything by executive order. Off with her head, off with her head. That would be an executive order or a fiat. So executive order is an official instruction given by the president. It could be by the state governor as well. A fiat is just given by the person in authority. The headmaster of the school issued a fiat that that all students must wear school uniform, whether inside or outside of the school. There's this phrase, no company can set the standards in an industry by fiat, by making an order. I think industrial standards are set by negotiation. Nobody can decree them. Well, maybe if you've got a monopoly you could. But an executive order is a rule that has force of law by the president, whereas a fiat is it can come from more places. I think fiat is the order bit of executive order, and a fiat can come from the person in authority. These are rules. The president issued an executive order to change the way immigrants are dealt with. He issued a fiat to change immigration policy. Yeah, he signs it, let it be done. It's a bit like a king saying, a regal fiat. Yeah, definitely. The fiat is just slightly more general. In religion, they say that the world was created by fiat. Yeah, God said, "And let there be light," and there was light. That's by fiat. He's just dictating that this is what's going to happen, and as he's the Lord of the universe, this is what happens. So they complained against the emperor's executive order. It's the emperor's fiat. Yeah. Okay. So a fiat is effectively an order, an executive order. Same idea. So executive is the person in charge, and as I said, fiat comes from fiare, to let it be done, from Latin fiat, let it be done. So executive order. 6 in formality, use anywhere. Fiat. 7.58 in formality, using something semi-formal writing or something formal. So executive order and fiat. Bye for now.